Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to UniversIO. In the last episode, we started doing some autocrafting with refined storage, as well as going to the end city and getting the dragon head that we need, as well as an elytra, which is kind of nice but not particularly useful. And we've been working with Project E, trying to get to the fading matter so that we can make, what is it even called? The command block stuff, so that we don't have to fight the wither storm. Yeah, we're going to need fading matter, and we're also going to need a command block, which that is actually something we can do immediately, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so we have a lot of work to do to avoid fighting the wither storm, and I think that's a good idea. So today we are going to make some more progress, and I would like to try to finish this quest for the creative exporter. Now, last time I wanted to move our dark matter furnace, and it didn't seem to work. So I did test it, and I believe I even got a comment telling me that in fact you do need to have Project E tools to pick this thing up, and it worked just fine. I tested it, so let's just go ahead and real quick make a dark matter pickaxe, and because we can, let's upgrade it to a red matter pickaxe. And I guess we should learn that just in case. And with this, we'll be able to break the dark matter furnace, no problem. We're going to upgrade this thing to a red matter furnace. That's not how you do it. How do you do it? Oh, it's blocks. Of course it is. Okay. I thought it was going to be not blocks. So let's teach the system how to make that. No, teach the transmutation table how to make those. And because it's easier, we're just going to grab two more. I have 103 million EMC, so I think we can sacrifice about 1 million each. So we'll make the red matter furnace, and we will set this up here in a moment to do some autocrafting. In fact, let's just go ahead and do it now. So I've done a bit of prep work with all of the different patterns, and we can make exporters and ultra exporters. So that is something that we need to do. We need to make just a normal exporter. We are missing a basic processor, and that is unfortunate because that is the thing we need to do. We do have another crafter, so basically what we're going to do, and I guess we can set it up like here, is we're going to put a crafter there. We're going to put our furnace there, and we'll have to decide on some sort of fuel. I guess we could make charcoal and use charcoal as fuel. And then we're going to need an exporter and an importer. And that is pretty much it. We're going to need some cables as well. Do I know how to make cables? I do, and I should be able to make like 10 cables. The biggest concern at this point is we don't have that much in terms of nether quartz, which is a bit of a pain, but we should be able to get raw basic processor, raw improved processor, and we'll grab both of those and put them in here. And obviously it's going to be awful to, so this thing is going to waste a lot of fuel unless we do big kind of batches of stuff, but we should be able to make the exporter now. We just need to make one, and so the exporter puts things from the system into something else. So we're going to put this on here, and we're going to grab a piece of charcoal and tell it to export charcoal. And if we hook this up with just a cable, you can see that this fills up. If we don't have anything in there, it automatically fills up. Now, I do need to teach this how to make a few things. The first thing that we're going to teach it is charcoal. we're going to teach it how to make charcoal. And that is literally just any log will give us charcoal. So we'll do that. Then we need to teach it all of the processors. So basic processor, the advanced processor, and then, or no, the improved processor, and then the advanced. But I also need to grab some more patterns. Let's get like 10 more of those. And we'll teach it how to make the improved. So we'll do all that. We can put all of this stuff in here. And if we just put a cable here, that turns on, and now we can actually get processors. So the last thing that we're going to need is an importer, which requires an improved and a destruction. So we're going to need one of these. And the system is not going to like this because they're made, but they're not like coming back in here. So I got to do that for it. And then we should be able to grab a destruction core and grab an importer so that it can import things back into the system. Now this is going to be a problem. I believe there is nothing. Okay, so we need to have something so that we can, because I think if I just put this here, yeah, it just goes into the wall. It goes into the block you're facing. So we need to be below so we can hit the bottom of the furnace. I actually don't know if these furnaces are sighted like regular vanilla Minecraft furnaces, but typically they are. Inputs on the top, fuel on the sides, and output out the bottom. So it's easier just to do it that way. And now we can, let's get one of each. I don't know if it's waiting for something because I actually don't have a crafting, what is it called? There is an item, a block, a crafting monitor? Yes, crafting monitor. I don't have one of those, so I don't know what it's trying to craft. But that's not where I wanted to click. We can get one of each of these. And then if I throw these in here manually, the system will think that those are fine. So if me putting the stuff back in manually didn't fix the system, that should be fine now. So with that taken care of, we can make, so we're going to need what, four ultra exporters, and we're going to need 16 blocks of diamond, 50 gold, 60 blocks of iron, and everything else we actually have. So that's not too bad. A bunch of silicon. Okay, so we can do a lot of that. So let's do that. Before we do, let's see, what do I want to do? What order do I want to do things? Let's start with something else. So we're going to make an alchemy catalyst from Britannia. So I need 2 brewing stands, pretty easy. And we've made one of these before because you need to have an alchemy catalyst to make the conjuration catalyst. But we need one of the alchemy catalysts because I want to get some sunflowers. Now, why do I want sunflowers? Well, sunflowers are going to enable us to do something kind of cool that's been really annoying here lately. So, first things first, we get to take a normal flower and use our alchemy catalyst, and we can switch this to a poppy. Let's go over this side. And then that can be turned into a blue orchid, be turned into an allium, turns into azure bluet, tulips. We can get through all the tulips, and eventually cornflower to lily of the valley to a sunflower. Do you mind? There. So with this, we need to grab a little bit of bone meal, and we're going to grow some sunflowers. And bone meal is not an issue. We'll get like a stack of it. And in case it wasn't obvious, I put everything into our storage system now, so we can not have to worry about anything with that. But you can just bone meal a flour and get a bunch more. That should be enough. I am going to keep one in the system just to keep it secured. And if we actually, I'm going to keep one grown so that if we ever need to make more, it's great. It's there. But what I want to make is a Terratera Bozu, which requires some mana weave cloth, which is mana infused strings, which is just some string. So we're going to need 8 string. And we're going to throw all of this into our mana pool. And that is going to give us mana infused string, which we can then craft into the mana weave cloth. So nothing difficult so far. You might be wondering, why am I doing this? Well, a Terratera Bozu is a really cool Botania. I guess what's the term? I guess it's like a totem. It's technically an amulet, is what it says in the book. Which, you know, where is my Botania book? It might still be. Did I put it in here? No. Okay, so it must be over here. Not a problem. Let's go grab that real quick after we murder a couple zombies. And I can show you the entry for the Terratera Bozu. And let's just really quickly make it. So it just requires 2 mana weave and a sunflower. And then we get this nice little high zombie invasion. A lot of zombies. This is kind of good. I like fighting zombies. It does great things for us because we get goodies like Stroll of Strength 2. And hopefully someday we'll get a seed pack that has the seeds that I'm actually looking for. But let's go ahead and dump this stuff off. And let's place this guy over here. So it is adorable. It's a little like floaty guy. It kind of looks like a ghost. And it's an amulet that wards away bad weather. So place into the world and it will decrease the duration of rain and snow. During bad weather, if we give it a sunflower, it will make the sun return. So in this mod pack, sleeping speeds up time. It doesn't like skip the night or anything like that, which is really annoying when it's raining. So with that thing, I just keep some sunflowers on hand and I can make it sunny again, which is all that I care about. So that is a convenience for me. But let's see, what is next? We don't need any of that stuff. So I guess now it's time to get back into some Project E stuff. And then I'll grab a lot of the materials that we need to make the creative exporter in a little bit off cameras, just so that we can potentially get even farther with Project E. So I'm currently making violet matter, and we can make a few more things. We can get the blue fuel, learn that, and we're going to want a few more of those. And they are pretty expensive. But we know violet matter, and then we can turn violet matter into blue matter, which is 56 million. We can switch this out, break our collector, and upgrade our collector. And that is going to go from 1,000 to like 40,000. So all of this stuff is great, like just getting more EMC in total. So let's look at blue. I did learn it, didn't I? Oh, it's more than I currently have. So we can dump in the violet matter. We could get more blue collectors if we wanted. But I think what we're going to do for now is just get cyan fuel. And then we can grab 4 of these. And get green fuel. And learn that. That is 50 million EMC by itself. We can speed this thing up. And it will make hopefully a little bit of blue matter for us. And I would need a few more than I can currently make to get the next tier. So basically, we just we're going to use the collector more than anything to get more EMC. I should probably increase the power flower, but we have a blue collector now. If we want the next tier of power flowers, we're going to need the relays. We have those. We're going to need the links. That's probably the worst, because each link requires the previous tier and dust. So I could probably get the dust, and we'll set that up. I'll grab another crafting table and we'll have a system. And honestly, we're not using this glass anymore, so we'll just break it. So I am going to probably speed this thing up again. I would love to make... Am I out of time? I am out of time. Aw, that's unfortunate. But we are 4 out of the 6 to make the next matter. Wait, no, it's only 3. We only need 3. I'm silly. This is much easier. So just make sure all those, and we get cyan matter, and we're gonna just dump that in there. So I am going to gather up the supplies that we need to make the. I guess we should just go ahead and grab cyan matter. Switch these out. Break that thing. Make sure that it has been, and we'll go from 40,960 to 163,000. We'll just quickly learn that and put that down. So I'm going to prepare so that we can upgrade this power flower a little bit and get everything so that we can craft up the exporter. And I will be back once all of that is done. Alright, so I think I have everything except for the diamond blocks. I kind of forgot about that, but that won't take too long. Let's go grab some diamond blocks, and we can make the exporters. Let's just do the 16 that we're supposed to have rather than doing extra, but I managed to get everything else, mostly just EMCing stuff, and we didn't really need that much, to be perfectly honest. So now we can make 4 ultra exporters, and that's going to take a little bit of time because it's going to make all of these processors. Something else that we might want is, I got to remember what they're called. There are different upgrades, including there is a crafting upgrade. So this would allow this exporter to craft charcoal on demand if this runs out of fuel. So that might not be a bad idea. Let's see, can we make that pretty easily? It's 2 crafting tables. I think we can make that. And then an upgrade. So we're gonna need an improved processor and a construction core. So we can tell it to make a construction core. It's missing string. That's kind of surprising. So we'll worry about that in a little bit. So we have 2 of our ultra exporters, and we can grab our dragon head, and there is the last 2. Perfect. So apparently I need to get more string. So I know that's for the processor binding. I guess we could. I guess we could kill spiders. That's probably the best way. So we're not going to worry about that. Never mind on the crafting. I don't really expect that we'll run out of charcoal. And if we do, I can always make more manually. but I have things ready. So here is a bunch of netherite. I made a stack of netherite. Now we only need 4 blocks of this, only, but that took a little bit of time. So we just do something like this, and there is the Creative Exporter. So the Creative Exporter is really good because of how fast it pulls items out. So it might be useful to put on the... Actually, it doesn't even matter because we're exporting into the red matter furnace. It doesn't make much difference otherwise. So that is that quest, and there's nothing else there. So all we have now to do is work on the Witherstorm stuff, and a lot of that is EMC related. So episodes from here on out might be a little kind of choppy because we're going to need to get a bunch of EMC in order to get the next thing. So I have set up here all the links, so I believe everything here is EMCable. We can take 2 magenta matter to make a magenta link, and we'll learn that, and then relays. So for these things we need 6 relays. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll get that for the pink as well. Now if we want, for example, a violet, it just requires the previous one. So we'll do pink, and we'll need some more matter, purple and violet, and we'll get all this stuff going. So the next link is going to be the pink. We'll learn that, and then we'll make the purple, and while we're at it we might as well make the purple relay. Learn both of those, and then we can make the violet link and the violet relay. And we could skip some power flowers, but I don't think that's a good idea. So we need the EMC links for magenta, pink, and purple. And then we're going to need, what are these called again? Relays. These are the relays. Relays for all the stuff. So do we have enough EMC? It certainly looks that way. So with all of that, we do need to do a few more things. We're going to need to make the pink, purple, and violet compressed collectors. So let's get those. So pink we do have learned, 2 purple and 2 violet, and that is where all of our EMC goes. So then we should be able to make the magenta power flower, and then we should be able to make the pink one, the purple one, and then the violet one. And we always want to use the recipe that does not consume the previous power flower. Let's go ahead and learn the violet. And so we're going to go from the red flower power is currently producing 1020. You can see up in the top left corner. And if we place down the violet, we go up to 200, almost 300,000 EMC per second. So not too bad. We might be able to grab more stuff. So let's see where we're at with this. So we need to do more links and all that kind of fun stuff. So let's get rid of this stuff because we've made all that. And I guess let's just make all the links that we can. So if we can grab 2 blue, can we grab 2 cyan? No, not yet. but we can definitely do the blue, and then we'd need violet is the link, the previous link. And so we will grab a blue EMC link, put that in here, and then as soon as we get another, do we have enough? 2 hours. So sleeping in the bed does speed things up. I've not been playing for 2 more hours. At least I hope I've not been playing for 2 more hours. And we should be able to get the cyan link. And that one we're just going to dump in there and learn. So that is good. We could do collectors for blue maybe. Do we have enough blue collector? We're not quite there. Okay, so at this point I need to kind of continue working with EMC and just getting more. We get more, we get the next thing, we move on. So that's what I'm going to work on off camera. I'm going to try to get a bunch of EMC kind of collected up, and we're going to prep everything that we're going to need to hopefully get to at least the fading matter, if not the final shard, final star shard. But next time we are definitely going to start making Klein stars, because that is considerably cheaper for most of this stuff. Till we get to like, yeah, that level. And we're gonna need to go all the way up to the final star shard, which is 1.26 quadrillion EMC, and that makes some of the most powerful stuff. Oh, hey, cool. That's kind of neat. A transmutation interface. That might be something we want to make at some point. We can make energy condensers Mark II. I think we can make those already, but final relays, they generate, no, not the final relays, but the final collectors produce 1.00 trillion EMC per second. So that is not something I really think we're going to ever run out of EMC. And at that point in the game, it's probably going to be GG. But hopefully we can get there in the next couple of episodes. We'll see. But I'm going to work on getting a bunch of EMC and probably just sleep for a week. And then see what we can get into next time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!